Welcome to your final lecture with SPFD renal physiology. Today's lecture will focus on the kidney's volume control within the body. As a recap, we've hit the kidney's role in acid-base management, sodium control, blood pressure, and its filtration function. As you can tell by now, physiology uses similar concepts but puts them into different contexts within different body systems. Yesterday's lecture talked about tubuloglomerular feedback, and Dr. Ray introduced us to feedback mechanisms almost 2 months ago. We're going to reintroduce the topic of osmolarity and see how it relates to fluid balance and blood pressure regulation. We introduced the SPFD physiology section with lectures on diffusion, ion concentrations, and water movements. None of this is going away. We told you that you didn't need to memorize the values before, but I'm sure many of you could rattle them off now. Let's take sodium for instance. We know that its concentration is high extracellularly and comparatively low intracellularly. The opposite was true for potassium, which was high intracellularly and low extracellularly. We also introduced the notion that there was differing amounts of water in the different body compartments. Intracellularly, there were 28 liters of water. Plasma volume accounted for 3 liters of water, and the extracellular, non-vascular volume was 11 liters. However, we made a clear distinction that the body does not tolerate differing osmolarities between compartments, and that water would move to keep this in balance. It was important on day one, and it is still important now. So let's take a look at what this looks like in the body. For example, if a person were to become dehydrated and lose enough water from the body, it can change the serum osmolarity. So this water loss in the body would relatively increase our concentration of ions across the board. For exam 1, we thought about what would happen to cells placed in a hypertonic solution. We concluded that if ions would not move, then the water from the cells would move out in an attempt to reach isotonicity. But let's see what happens at the level of the kidneys. Your body is smart. If you are dehydrated, then your body is going to try and hold on to whatever water it can. Today's lecture will teach you about how it does this. We talked yesterday about how low sodium levels and its effect on volume and pressure status. Conversely, today's lecture is going to talk about high osmolar states. This serves as a critical stimuli for our thirst mechanism and signals to our body to secrete ADH. Osmolar receptors within the hypothalamus are activated when they sense an increase in plasma osmolarity. This is a powerful stimulus to tell the body to drink more water. The body decreases its water loss through a hormone known as ADH, or antidiuretic hormone, or vasopressin. This hormone is released from the posterior pituitary gland and acts to conserve water. It acts primarily on the distal lumen and the collecting duct. If we were to break down the word, diuresis refers to the production of urine, so an antidiuretic hormone refers to the prevention of such. So, if I were in a hyperosmolar state and wanted to hold on to any water that I had, my body would release ADH, which would reabsorb any water that was in the lumen of the tubule back into the bloodstream. The feedback mechanism is perfectly designed to fix its original stimulus, high osmolarity or low volume. It also shows us how urine composition closely resembles that of plasma composition. The dehydrated patient before would have had a low plasma volume and also had a low urine volume. Additionally, this concentrated urine would also resemble the hyperosmolar plasma. That'll do it for today's introduction. I want to thank you all for tuning in for being with us at Brody and SPFD this summer. Please reach out to me if you have any comments, concerns, gripes, or just want to talk NC State football. Good luck, and I'll see you all in class.